death for the hideous black blisters it inflicted. The epidemic of 1348, which killed 1 out of every 3 people in Europe, was ascribed by many doctors to the rare placement in the sky of 3 planets. Doctors varied wildly in training, and progress in medicine was sluggish. There were physicians with degrees from famous universities. Still, the books they studied had been written more than 1,000 years earlier. Other doctors had little or no schooling. Barbers sometimes performed surgery. And if a limb had to be amputated, pouring boiling oil onto the wound was the method used to stop bleeding. A urine flask was the universal symbol for physicians. They spent more time examining urine than anything else. Doctors knew how to set broken bones, but the surefire cure for nosebleed? Pig manure. 10 green lizards, cooked slowly in olive oil, were believed to heal an open wound. One medicine was made from earthworms washed in wine and donkey's urine. Another called for a horn of a unicorn. Gout, a painful swelling of the joints, was treated by placing a sapphire ring on a certain finger of the patient. Blood-sucking leeches, applied when the planets were in alignment, could fix many ailments. More common was simply slicing open the skin, trying not to sever an artery to allow the release of bad blood. People's lives were short and violent. The rate of accidental death was high. The murder rate was twice as high. Many rulers were tyrants, some homicidal. Wars were common. No country or even city was stable. Women were viewed as vain, the devil's decoy. And if they stood out in any suspicious way, they might be tried for witchcraft and burned. The all-powerful Catholic Church was a beacon of light and learning in Europe in the Middle Ages, but non-believers were often brutally persecuted. In ancient Greece and Rome, in China and in Arab countries, scientists had discovered much about astronomy, medicine, mathematics, and more. Islamic scholars translated the work of ancient Greek scientists into Arabic, keeping their discoveries alive, adding their own ideas to them. But in Europe, much of this body of knowledge was lost for a long time. Centuries, in fact. Sciences in medieval times did include astronomy and mathematics, but it was still an age when people believed in magic. So, pseudosciences were taught as well. The study of angels, physiognomy, the link between a person's character and what he or she looks like, astrology, the belief that the planets influence human behavior, and alchemy, the study of how to make gold out of other metals. Learned men argued whether or not angels supplied the force that kept the planets in motion, and they counted only 7 planets, of which Earth was not one. Instead, Earth occupied the center of the universe, with other astronomical bodies like the Sun revolving around it. But a great wave was splashing across Europe, changing how people thought in some very fundamental ways. The result was a new confidence in human achievement, what was possible to do in one's lifetime here on Earth. This led to an explosion of new information and exchange of new ideas. All this coincided with a wonderful rediscovery of the ancient knowledge that had been lost. Atop the wave of change was Leonardo da Vinci. He was born at the right time in the right place, in 1452 and in Italy. Because by then, it was officially the Renaissance, a glowing burst of fireworks in art, architecture, literature, and science. And nowhere was the Renaissance spirit brighter than in Florence, Italy. As Leonardo grew up, he looked around him. He had an amazing flair for looking, like no one else in history before him. "So many things unknown," he wrote one day. But he wanted, and was determined, to find answers for himself. His method was to start questioning everything. His method was scientific. Chapter 2. The Outsider. The year was 1452.